You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Good Monday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and live coverage of the Dirt Slingers Racing League Monday Night Thunder Midwest Barbecue Equipment Sprint Car Series tonight. 410 Outlaw Sprints, the Diamond and Dirt tracks, the digital version of Wheatland, Missouri's Lucas Oil Speedway. Limited number of drivers checked in for tonight's event. We think we've lost several to the iRacing Pro Series, which, if they didn't qualify in for the week, obviously you're going to see them here. If they get knocked out early, they still have just a short amount of time to get here. Maybe about a minute now. But we got a dozen. We're going to have a couple quick heat races. We'll get right to our big 30-lap AMA. Currently watching your points leader in the series. He has got a pretty healthy lead. He leads by nearly 150 points. With 4 races left, 1 mishap, and he can be caught. 250 points from first to third. It was a pretty sizable gap. That not insurmountable, but not an easy amount to make up, as it looks like the time is expiring on that session for warm-up, and these guys are going to get divvied up and into their heat races, and they will get ready to get out here. 8 laps for each heat race, points in the heat races, so it is worth these guys to get out here and get in on the heat racing action. Our first heat race, gridding out on the front stretch right now with the 518 of Joseph Grandy on the pole. Larry Moody, boy, the old guy, getting a front row starting spot. That's going to have to make him fairly happy at least. He'll start the 73 car up there on the front row. Garrett Holsey in the 44 and Josh Whiteman in the 5 will make up a row 2. 23 of Alex Scherzinski inside. Miles Jensen in the 35 on the outside of row number 3. And your defending 410 Series champion in this league, the 91 of Matt Grimm. Shotgun Charlie on the field. We might have had another driver or two pop their head in right as it expired. We'll see when we get to heat race number 2. Odd number of cars I didn't expect in this heat race, but we're going to run it anyway, like they rolled them out there. I can't do anything about it even if I wanted to. Well, thank everybody for tuning in. Guys, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. We don't care where you're watching from. If you're on Facebook, like, share, follow, especially if it's your first time with us. And if you're over on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. All right, 8 times around. This will set the lineup for the inside row for tonight's feature. Heat race 2 will set the lineup for the outside row. Down the backstretch at slow crawly crawl speed for the last time before they get ready to see a green flag.
Green, green, green.
And it's in the air. We're underway for round number 9 of 12 on the season. Grandy, straight to the point. Good lead for him. Garrett Halsey says 44 on the pylon. He's in the 88. Larry Moody problems, and he is going to get out and into the 35 of Jansen. No caution as yet. Everybody's going to get clear. We're going to stay green. Grandy, Halsey, Whiteman, 1, 2, 3. Hello, Miss King. How are you this evening? Around the outside, Josh Whiteman with a power move. He got around Halsey, who slipped just a tiny bit center of 3 and 4. And Whiteman was there to pounce right on him. This time, Whiteman a little wider than he wanted to go, but he still made the pass. Scherzinski behind that. Grimm right behind that. That's the 5 cars still in this first heat. We're going to be down to 3 to go, and Grandy has had command of it the entire way, but now right on the push bar, the 5 of Whiteman. Looked to the inside, had to give up a little space. He'll regroup, and he'll have 2 laps to try to get this pass made. He is there. Halsey's going to make it tough for Whiteman. He'll pull along the inside. And now Halsey's going to go for the lead. 2 for 1 slider in 3 and 4. New leader at the white. No. Back to Grandy, and Grandy closed the inside into 1 and 2, but Halsey finds grip coming out of 2 into 3 and 4, and Halsey will steal that on the final lap. Grandy, Whiteman, Shazinski, Grimm, Moody, and Jansen, the finishing order. So a great last lap pass there from Halsey. Took him a second to figure out the rhythm. As soon as he did, he made the pass, and he'll pick up the win. So we'll look at heat race number 2. It'll be your current points leader, the 24 of Noah Bowman on pole, and he'll have the 3 of Jay Schaff on his outside. Tiny Dancer, Scott King in the 118, row 2 to the inside. Next 2, Scotty T. Scott Thomason in the 8 car. And then our back row, as the 13th driver did pop in there. I don't even know who it was, but Nick McGeethy should be in the 73. He might be in the 102. I don't know. We'll look and see what's on his car. I'm used to him being in the 73 car. We'll see what the number is on the wing when he rolls off. And then Preston Cottrell in the 07 on the back. Let's see if we can get to McGeethy here. There comes Cottrell finally. And it is the 102 on that wild white and blue machine. And then Preston Cottrell there in the 7P. We were waiting for Jay Schaff. There's Jay's. I would imagine it looked like it did. It looked like it was completely unexpected. He hit that tire and had no control of that car whatsoever. And you really didn't have anywhere to go. I don't even. Did you see that coming at all? All of a sudden, clear track, white car. Whew. All right, we'll get ready to go green this time. 8 more laps. This is the outside row for tonight's A main. And Bowman has got 3 wins on the season already. He'll be looking for number 4 here tonight. Has really been good since he picked up King of the Wing. And he might have won the Jason Johnson Memorial. I got to go back and look at my notes. But the green flag's in the air for heat number 2, and Bowman got an awesome launch, man. He got a great launch. Look at how far away he is from the field already. They're battling for that 2nd, 3rd, 4th spot. Scott King was in there, got the car a little sideways, coming out of turn number 4. He'll give up a spot to Schaff. He's going to give up a spot to Thomason. McGeethy trying to make a run of things. His first night back in the series after a very, very long hiatus. Oh, good job. King got sideways again. McGeethy checked up and stayed out of that driver's portal right there. But it is pretty much a runaway at this point. Bowman 2 seconds ahead of Schaff, who's got a pretty good gap. It's about 3/4 of a second on Scott Thomason right now. McGeethy got around Scott King finally, and now he's closing in on the 8 car. It'll be 3 laps to go the next time we cross the start-finish line. Woohoo! Thomason was working it in that cockpit. He got down there a little lower than I think he wanted to get. Now he gives up a spot to Cottrell coming around again. Cottrell was a little off pace, and Thomason got right in the push bar, give him a good shove to get him going straight. But it's white flag time. It is almost 3 seconds for Bowman. May have to weigh that car at the end of this thing. He's the runaway winner, 3.2 seconds ahead of Schaff. Make it 3.4 seconds. McGeethy to 3rd, Cottrell, Thomason, and old Tiny Dancer, Twinkle Toes, coming across the line there in 6th. All right, a little bit of warm-up time, and we'll get ready for our 30-lap A main. I got to grab somebody here real quick and just embarrass the heck out of him. Larry Moody, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, are you out of the infield care center?
Yeah, it's all good. The only thing
That
that
was
was
pretty
hurt
tough
was my
lick.
feelings.
That was a pretty tough lick. He killed the tire on the inside, and then poor Miles Jensen had nowhere to go, and he just parked it right in the cockpit with you.
Yeah, the worst part of that whole thing was taking out somebody else. But, yeah, just some bad luck, bad driving there. And I don't know, just got in there too low and took myself out. And Miles, too, I guess.
You got to watch those infield tires, man. They hate old people.
Yeah, I think they hate everybody. I was actually at this track and watched somebody knock off their left front and still continue on and race, but not so much for me, not tonight anyway.
All right, man. Well, good luck in the feature, buddy.
Thanks.
Oh, Larry Moody, our resident octogenarian. He's not. He's only like 69, but I give him the hardest time possible. Him and Reed Rundle catch all the and I'm up there with both of them. I have to admit, I'm not a young man myself, but I give them both a pretty rough time about age. And we're all kind of in the same boat, just rowing. So Garrett Halsey out here making a few laps. I'm trying to figure out who that last driver that connected was. Must have been Preston Cottrell. One of the last ones to get in tonight. As I had 12, and all of a sudden we got 13, and we're happy to have the cars. That Pro Series thing just messes with us, and we kind of forget that it's going on. We should go back to maybe doing big block modifieds during the winter part of the year. Maybe we will in 26. We'll make that a mark on the calendar. These sprint car guys do a great job. We have had a very limited amount of cautions this season on Monday nights and some great racing. So hopefully this will produce another one of those barn burners that we like to see. You can see right now, Cottrell getting after it there with McGeethy. Maybe we'll get to see a whole bunch of that. We don't care if they're racing for 10th place. If they're racing each other like that, we're probably going to be watching. Especially if the front is a runaway. Ooh, well, we may not be watching if they go to doing that stuff. At least both drivers are able to continue. I'll tell you what, Noah Bowman, my goodness. He is starting to get up there in that upper echelon, that higher league. Can't believe he's not making the pro races right now. The old man back on the track. They just rolled another car out of that hauler and said, stay away from the tractor tires. He's not listening, obviously. Probably didn't have his hearing aids in when they told him that, but I doubt they give them all 10 minutes for the warm-up. I'm sure they'll cut it off at some point. Get these guys ready to get out here for the feature. And they may need to blow some more off the track. It's really starting to show a nice groove. Right there on the entry to 1, the entry to 3, it's starting to show a little bit of a groove that may make it a little bit of a challenge. It's starting to show a little shiny slick spot on the exit of 2 up high. So maybe the boys will get out here and they'll keep it going. I'd like to see all 12, 13 cars racing for the win here at the end of this in a pack. That'd be great. We put the camera on them, and every time, mistake. There's the driver, the innocent victim in the Larry Moody incident in heat number 1 right there. Got his stuff put back together. Miles Jensen will get in here for this feature. But it looks like the session's at an end. It is time to roll them out for 30 laps in the AMA. All right, let's get ready to look at the starting lineup for tonight's A main. Garrett Halsey in the 88 and Noah Bowman in the 24. We'll make the front row. Joseph Grandy, the 518, Jay Schaff, the 3 in row 2. Our third row is the 5 of Josh Whiteman and the 102 of Nick McGeethy. And Alex Jasinski in the 23 and Preston Cottrell in the 7P. They're our fourth row in this thing. Matt Grimm in the 91 and Scott Thomason in the 8. They make up row 5. Miles Jansen in the 35 and Scotty King, Old Tiny Dancer in the 118 in row number 6. And tonight's Outback Jack starter, the old man of the bunch. Rolled out there with his little wheelie walker and got in the line 13th to kick this thing off. 30 laps the distance. Caution laps do not count as always. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for ERA, their season finale. Crown a champion tomorrow night over there. And then Wednesday night, Midwest Truck Series, they're going to go to the Tricky Triangle, Pocono. And should put on a whale of a show over there. Those guys do a great job. And we'll get ready for the last half of their season. They just coming off the All-Star race a couple weeks ago. All right, pace truck getting out of the way. Can we go flag to flag here tonight? We've had a couple, 2 or 3 of those already this season, between the 360s and the 410 in this series. We'll see if these guys can get her done here tonight. Halsey and Bowman should be a good one up front. Green flag in the air, and we're underway. Through 1 and 2, down the back stretch. And the first lap, Garrett Halsey by about 0.3 of a second over Noah Bowman. Schaff is third. Grandy Whiteman 4-5. Shazinski 6th. And then it's kind of a gaggle of cars behind that. Matt Grimm's trying to hold on to 7th. Cottrell's right there. Shazinski right in front. McGeethy right behind. Getting things sorted out the further back we go. Mooney has picked up a couple of spots. He'll give one back to Jansen right here. We're going to go up front because Halsey starting to stretch away a little bit from Bowman. Bowman down on the bottom. I saw him do this in the pre-event warm-up. Went out for his hot laps, and he was running the bottom. And he was quick. Now he's going to go back to the middle top. Closing the gap. He's got it under 0.3. They have about 1 full second over third place. Jay Schaff, Josh Whiteman trying to close the gap on him. We saw him make a great run in his heat race. Grandy's still fifth, but Straczynski's lurking right behind, looking for a little bit of clean racing room. And Matt Grimm with a good run. He's picked up a couple of spots into the 7th. There's Nick McGeethy behind that. Right now, Halsey and Bowman are the 2, and Halsey opened the gap. It was under 0.3, and now it's almost 0.6 of a second. We're 8 laps into this, and they are right at the very top of the racetrack, right before the flat shelf up there. Now, though, closer battle for the lead as Bowman got alongside briefly through turns 1 and 2. Or 3 and 4, I'm sorry. They're in 1 and 2 now. Right at the very top. Right rear, almost up on that flat shelf in 3 and 4. And here comes Bowman going high side. Hunting it on the high side. Bowman had it. Halsey's trying to keep it. Slipped out of 4. Now we got a new leader. Can he hang on till we get around to the start-finish line? Noah Bowman from 0.6 of a second back. New leader just shy of halfway. 13 laps in the books. And Noah Bowman now out to the front. Halsey starting to fade just a little bit. That car may be going away. maybe missed the right rear a little bit. He might have burned it up. Ran them laps real hard at the beginning. Tried to build a lead. Now he's lost a second to Noah Bowman. Schaff starting to close in on Halsey. He's got it down to about a second. Whiteman is hanging pretty tough right behind Schaff. He's back there about 8/10. Straczynski up to 5th. Grimm is 6th, trying to get clear of Grandy, and he can't quite get it done. It's going to be 3 wide because Jansen going to stuff the 35 car in the middle. Good race here. Now Grimm falls behind Jansen, and Jansen's going right after Grand. He wants to put himself in the top 6. He'll have the spot, little squeeze play up the backstretch there. He'll take the spot away. Straczynski still 5th, but closing in a little bit on Whiteman. We're running out of laps. We're going to be close to 10 to go. It's 11 here, and it's 1.6 seconds. And Halsey now going to be in the throngs of a battle with Schaff. If Schaff keeps it off the flat part of the track, he had it down to a couple car lengths, and then it opened back up about 6/10. Now he's got it down to just about 5 car lengths. A little bump across the back. Got a little closer than he thought. Got into the back of Halsey right there. No damage. Well, the front bumper's a little bent. Pushed in on the right side there on the 3 car. Lap car down to the bottom. Preston Cottrell already falling a lap down to the 2 leaders. Scott King will be the next. 6 to go when they come by this time. Out of 4, 6 to go. King finally will go a lap down. Halsey, 3 seconds in back. Whiteman got around Schaff. Now he runs 3rd. He's trying to close in. Car sideways, backwards. Cottrell, no caution. Still no caution. Car's piling into this. Joseph Grandy's killed. There's got to be a caution here. There we go. Don't know why the caution didn't come out before, but Preston Cottrell is who actually got this whole thing going. He got a good bite, got the car turned hard left, and he hits that tire. Then he gets hit by Straczynski. He's up there slow. Jansen squeezes by. Grandy couldn't. He gets over here. When he comes back here, now we have a caution. For whatever reason, it didn't register early. But we'll slow it down with about 5 to go. Make it 4 to go. Bowman, Halsey, Whiteman, Schaff, Jansen, Grimm, McGeethy, Moody, King, and Thomason. Grandy is out, Straczynski's out, and Cottrell all out from that one incident. And that's the first incident the whole time, and it was just because of clipping a tire and not being able to get the car to the infield. Why it took so long for that caution to register, I do not know. But it took forever for that caution to register. So we'll get them single filed up, get ready to go green again. Bowman grabs a foot full of throttle. We're back to green flag racing with 4 to go. Jay Schaff going to make a move on Josh Whiteman. Can Whiteman fend it off? Whiteman around the high side. Went right through the middle, but he was out wider than Schaff. Here, oh, problems for Halsey. Halsey clipped the tire. He's off the pace. He's going to fall to 6th. Grimm got all the way by. Here comes Miles Jansen looking for it. 3 car of Jay Schaff all the way up to the fence. Going to be the white flag this time. Bowman way out in front. Schaff second. Whiteman third, but Noah Bowman for the fourth time this season going to go to victory lane, extend his points lead. It might be insurmountable now for everyone else to catch him in 3 races. Schaff second. Whiteman will finish third. Jensen, Holsey, Grimm, McGeethy, Moody, King, Thomason, Straczynski, Grandy, and Cottrell. All right, let's get down here. Waiting for our drivers to make their way to our interview area. There's Josh Whiteman. Let's get him in here. Driver of the 5 car, Josh Whiteman, you got a copy?
Yep.
All right, man. It looked like a whole lot of action. Had to be a little patient and had to pick your moves at the right time out there tonight. Track looked a lot trickier than I'm used to seeing it.
Yeah, it was a pretty racy track, honestly. I felt like I floated the middle there pretty good most of the race, and before that caution came out, I was definitely catching the guys in front of me. Kind of wish we would have went green there. I think I could have had a chance to win because I was closing in pretty quick, but we'll take third.
Yeah, it just seemed like you rode there 4th, 5th for a long time, and the guys in front of you maybe tiny mistake, and then you found a little something. And the car just got better and better as the time went on. I heard your disappointment with the caution. We saw what happened. It took a long time for that caution to trigger. Did you have to drive by that?
I didn't see it, but, now that you mention it, kudos to everybody. This was a pretty tricky racetrack. We didn't have a caution until lap 26, so, it's a good race by everybody, really. But, yeah, I didn't see the caution.
Well, awesome job tonight, man. Some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we will let you go celebrate.
Yeah, thanks, Roger. First of all, big shout-out to all my guys over at Rolling Thunder Sim Racing. We got Shane Yost in the Pro Series every week so far. Pretty proud of him, but also big thank you to Larry and Scott as well for, just being good people to race with. Got to give a big shout out to our main sponsor, Fitz's Automotive Specialist, for all they do. Without them, we wouldn't have the speed we do. So very appreciative of them. And then thanks to you guys for putting on the league, and thanks to you, Roger, for doing the broadcast.
All right, man. Congrats on the run, and we'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
Yep, I look forward to it too. Thanks.
Josh Whiteman finishing in third here tonight at Lucas Oil. And now we'll go to driver that was quick all night. I thought he was going to make a giant mistake when he got up there on the shelf in 3 and 4, but he just got it close enough to give the wall a little goodbye kiss, and he was gone again. Jay Schaff, pretty good run tonight, just not quite enough for the 24.
Yeah, Noah's a damn good racer. He held it strong up there. I really didn't know going into the race how it was going to be because I didn't have a good setup here, and I got a late start. But I think I did pretty good for what I had in it, and wish I had a little bit more, but yeah.
Well, it looked like the track didn't have to change a whole lot. You guys got it pretty ironed down in that warm-up between heat races, and then it looked like you could run a couple of different lines. It was kind of a tricky little place. You had to figure some things out.
Yeah, definitely. The line changed a lot. There at the start, I wasn't worth crap, and then started to move up a little bit and got momentum and caught up to him. And like you said, bobbled in 3 and 4 a couple times, biked it and saved it somehow. I thought I was ruined there, but somehow saved it and got up to a podium finish. That's all I can ask for. So,
well, fantastic run, man. Some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you head out tonight.
yeah, I want to thank my team at Black Diamond Motorsports. I want to give a huge shout out to Mason Hannigan and winning his Pro Series race tonight. Awesome win there, and Tim Sims and you guys for putting this on.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
Thank you.
That is Jay Schaff finishing here second at Lucas Oil. And now his 4th win of the season and now a commanding points lead in the series. Noah Bowman looked tough early, but as soon as you got around the 88, looked like you kind of had it on cruise control.
Yeah, car was good to start the night. Once the feature rolled around, I knew I needed to stay behind somebody so I could judge off them to see where my car was good at. But once the track blew off, I could kind of maneuver and move around in 3 and 4 and make good runs down the front stretch to fly into 1. So just got a good run in 1 and 2 and just kept my speed going and hit some lap traffic, but there was nothing serious. I just kind of ran my race.
Well, yeah, you talk about having to move around. We saw you get up there and get over the edge a couple of times, and it looked like once you did, man, you really had to get back in rhythm quickly, or you may not have caught up to the 88.
Yeah, the cushion started to push up, and I was just trying to find the most out of it, and slipped over it a couple times. But that's what's kind of fun about this track. You can kind of run the top like a lip and try not to slip over the edge.
Well, an awesome run, man. 4th win of the season. That's going to extend your points lead. I don't know if in 3 races anybody can catch you if you just make the feature every night. Still going for those victories. Going to try to rack a few up, right?
Yeah, just if I'm in position, go for them. If I'm not, just points race.
All right, man. Give me some shout-outs and thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate a great win here tonight at Lucas Oil.
I'd like to thank Keith and Wade at Indy Race Sports Esports, Brendan at Red Driver Marketing Solutions, you guys for putting on the league.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Noah Bowman, win number 4 on the season for the driver of the 24. Awesome drive for him tonight. Had his challenge. Halsey was out there, and he was out there quite a ways. And Bowman had to reel him in. He did a good job. 1 caution, lap 26. Same thing we saw earlier in the night. Guys clipping tires and just, going haywire. You can't hit the tractor tires. We talked to Larry Moody about that, so everybody knows. Stay away from the tractor tires. They're bad news, especially for open-wheel cars. Another awesome run from these guys. Remember, tune in with us tomorrow night for ERA, and then on Wednesday night for the Midwest Truck Series as they head for Pocono. Should be a fun one there. That's a big track. They'll have lots of room to race, and there's a lot of those guys, and all of them are good. So make sure you tune in, say hi in the chat. Come play the games. Pick the winner or pick the trifecta for the prizes on Wednesday night. Want to thank you all for being here. Without you, there's no reason to do this. Without the awesome leagues, it was great racing like you saw again here tonight. Nothing for us to cover, so a high five and a pat on the back all the way around to everybody for that. Till we see you again, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down. Until you come see me again, keep it dirty. Good night, everybody.